we talk about Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer. But nobody has the remedy on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Don't let them trick you into getting your ass whooped again.
I'm still young, so and I'm always active with this sport. What I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind, because to get a different weight division is not that easy. Him and me, we taking care of our body, and then we always work out almost every day and playing basketball like that. So right now, I still can fight. I feel like I'm still young. I mean, nothing changed.
Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao come face to face once more as they prepare for their upcoming bout. Two legendary fighters whose remarkable careers have cemented their places in boxing history. And as they meet again in the ring, Manny makes sure to remind Floyd not to underestimate his achievements, emphasizing that he too stands among the very greatest the sport has ever seen. What I have accomplished in life, but I'm just saying this to repeat, you might forget that accomplishment. So to be the greatest boxer in the world is to know how to of course be compassionate and to show the people that you're really a fighter. That's what I can say a best fighter. Mayweather insists that his upcoming fight with Pacquiao is not driven by financial gain, explaining that the training and the sport of boxing continue to bring him genuine joy and motivation, and that stepping into the ring remains an experience he truly loves and looks forward to.
Money, I'm enjoying myself. I'm able to stay in shape, and whereas with a professional fight, like when you're training for all the top guys, you have to work extremely hard, and you have to work out extremely a lot. Meaning, you have to do between 5 and 8 mile runs. You have to work out in the swimming pool. You have to chop wood. You have to do a lot of sparring. You have to do. I mean, it takes a lot of bag work. Hand specialists, masseuse. It takes a lot for a fight that's at a crazy high magnitude, with a super fight. But when it's an exhibition, you can come in the gym, you can work out, you can hit the bag, you can spar a little bit, you can do little light runs, you can have fun, you can travel the world and still do your workouts.
Mayweather insists that his upcoming fight with Pacquiao is not driven by financial gain, explaining that the training and the sport of boxing continue to bring him genuine joy and motivation, and that stepping into the ring remains an experience he truly loves and looks forward to.
The fight, way back 2015, I think we become mature right now and how to handle it, and I hope that it will not happen again, the way it is last 2015. It's the experience is not really 100%, but I'm hoping for this time around no more excuses, especially to my condition and also for everything. I'm so excited and ready to the fight. Although before he wants an exhibition with me, but I disagree, and I want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real.
The fight reaches a massive global audience through streaming subscriptions, sponsorship deals, and merchandise sales, making it one of the biggest sporting events of the year.
The biggest fight in boxing history. If you don't adjust for inflation, et cetera, or tickets sold, et cetera. Joe Louis and Max Schmeling, the rematch. Ali and Frazier, the first fight. These were the biggest fights in boxing history. But Mayweather and Pacquiao was easily the biggest fight of its era, of the generation. And it was the highest grossing fight of all time.
Sure.
Because it had 4.4 million pay-per-view buys at $100 a pop. Do the math, right? It's interesting because Netflix is obviously in the business of, you said, eventizing.
Yes.
Everyone, they want enormous events that become shared experiences. In a way, in this day and age, partly because of delivery systems of content like Netflix, everything is so niche. You know, everything is so compartmentalized that there's very few shared experiences. It's one of the reasons that the NFL is such a big deal, because the NFL can get tens of millions of...
Oscar de la Hoya believes that Floyd Mayweather Jr. will once again defeat Manny Pacquiao, praising his elite defensive skills and his exceptional ability to control the pace and action inside the ring.
Mayweather, you have to understand, is he's always taking care of himself. Like, you know, his body, physically, mentally, he's always been very sharp and always staying in the gym and doing something physically, right? That's the big advantage he has. I mean, he's an athlete. He's a world-class athlete. You know, watching Pacquiao's last fight, yeah, you kind of feel bad. You kind of feel bad for him, and you know, even though he did win and he did, I guess, pull off a surprise in his last fight with a draw against the world champion. But still, you tend to kind of like feel bad because it's not the same Pacquiao. You know, it's definitely not the same Pacquiao I faced. That's for sure. The one that you know, put me on my stool.
He believes that Floyd's remarkable ability to consistently avoid taking punches while dictating the tempo of the fight was the key factor that kept his opponents frustrated and unable to find success throughout his entire career.
Fight with the real rules, then yeah, it's an okay night for boxing.
Who would you back? Who do you think would win it? If it's a real fight, because that's what Pacquiao wants, it seems.
Yeah, I think Mayweather will. I think Mayweather will take it. Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao is now fully focused on boxing alone, and unlike the circumstances surrounding the first fight, there are no distractions in his life, meaning that all of his attention remains solely on his training and preparation for the rematch.
To know, do you plan to return to politics, or is boxing now your focus for the next 2 years?
First of all, I would like to congratulate to all the fighters, the Filipinos who won the fight tonight. I'm proud of them, being a Filipino. And also, this is all I can say, that Pacman is back and the journey will continue. And about politics, forget about politics. I'm a private citizen right now. I want to live simple life, be giving inspiration and to help. I'm still helping other people. Like, you know, that's my heart, to leave a legacy, because I always say this to everyone, the Filipino, especially the Filipino people. I want to create a legacy that I can leave behind when we're gone, because we're not for...
Sean Porter says that Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao remain elite fighters because their disciplined lifestyles and clean habits have kept both legends active and performing at a high level even at this advanced stage in their careers.
Floyd Mayweather, that's gotta be a hard thing to do, and especially when you're 49 years old.
So there's some really good pros about it. You know, he's done some exhibitions. He's shown that he still has the abilities that he's had. They're clearly not what they used to be, but they're still there, you know. And then beyond that, the fact that he lives a good, clean life, you know. He has his fun, and what I like about him, and I'm a lot the same, we have fun without, I call it clean fun, right? Yeah. So we're out there, but we're not using the alcohol. We're not using, you know, the substances and all those other kinds of things. Yeah, we may stay up late once or twice a month, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, but what's the worst that can happen? And for someone like him, who he got everywhere he got because of this right here, that's never going to change for him, right? So he's just going to lock back in, and he'll literally be the Floyd of...
Sean Porter highlights the unique stakes of this matchup, emphasizing how rare it is for a fighter like Floyd Mayweather to risk his perfect record at this stage in his career. While many athletes his age might choose safer exhibitions or low-risk appearances, Floyd is putting everything on the line, making this fight official and not just a showcase. And Porter notes that this willingness to compete seriously at his age is what draws attention and keeps fans intrigued.
Risk though, Sean, even for Floyd, to put that 50-0 record, that unblemished record on the line. From that standpoint, are you surprised that they didn't do this as an exhibition, that it is a real deal sanctioned fight?
I'm not really surprised. I think that, again, when you get in the ring with Floyd, when you do a promotion against Floyd, when you have to deal with the business with Floyd, you grow, you learn. Manny has grown and learned the same way that we were notorious for saying Canelo became a different fighter after fighting Floyd. It's how it's supposed to go, you know? So I'm willing to bet that this sanctioned fight is Manny's team pushing against this and saying we need an actual fight against Floyd. If it's not an actual fight, it's nothing. And I think Floyd, you know, he just really believes in himself and knows that that O ain't going nowhere.
I'm not suggesting it's going to be like the same thing as it was back when.
Porter expresses confidence that Floyd's skill, discipline, and strategic approach will allow him to maintain his undefeated record, and it is the combination of experience, training, and a lifetime of smart choices that make Floyd formidable even against younger opponents.
People will be into this, Sean. Will this captivate the sports world? It was dubbed the fight of the century last time. I know a lot of people ultimately weren't thrilled with the outcome, perhaps, or the action of the fight. Do you think people will be into this?
You know, boxing is known as having a walk-up crowd, right? So when you don't see a lot of pre-sold tickets, it's kind of like, I know the promoters, the business, they don't worry about it because they're like, night of, everybody's showing up. I got a feeling we're going to have a majority of the boxing world, of the sports world, everybody's going to be pushing against this. This is stupid. What are they doing? Floyd's taking this risk. They're almost 50. They're going to say everything that needs to be said, but then guess what? Everybody's going to tune in and watch this one. The same thing happened when Mike fought Jake. It was like, what is this? It doesn't make sense. I can't believe it. I know people personally said, I'm boycotting.
Joe Rogan and Shakur Stevenson both agree that Floyd Mayweather remains impressively sharp even in recent sparring sessions, as they note that his timing, reflexes, and defensive skills are still at an elite level, reflecting years of disciplined training and unmatched experience. And according to them, Mayweather's ability to read opponents, evade punches, and control the pace of a fight gives him a significant edge over most challengers, including Manny Pacquiao, and both commentators expressed skepticism that Pacquiao could overcome Mayweather's precision and strategy, emphasizing that age has not diminished Floyd's effectiveness in the ring, and their observations reinforce the idea that Mayweather's legacy as one of boxing's greatest remains intact, and that this matchup will test Pacquiao more than it challenges Floyd.
They're going to do that on Netflix.
Floyd.
I think that's still a high-level fight, though. That's what I love about it, because I think Manny is still a high-level fighter. And Floyd, even in these exhibitions that he's been doing,
he looking good.
He looks great, man. He looks great in sparring. You see him in sparring, like, good Lord, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's lost a step.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't see Manny being able to beat Floyd Mayweather. Like, I don't see it. I think Manny looked solid his last fight with Barrios, but I just don't see Floyd losing. Like, I think it's some guys that he could come back today in the sport of boxing and fight.
Yeah, I think so.
Like guys
even
like
though he's
Barrios,
46. Yeah, right.
I think he would
light Barrios up.
Teddy Atlas points out the contrasting styles and physical attributes of Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, as he notes that Mayweather is naturally bigger, which gives him strength and reach advantages in the ring. However, Pacquiao's speed, agility, and high activity level make him a formidable opponent, especially against someone less active, and Atlas emphasizes that Mayweather's long period of inactivity could affect his timing and endurance, while Pacquiao's constant movement and fast combinations could create openings. But despite this, he acknowledges Floyd's experience, defensive mastery, and ring IQ as major factors that could counter Pacquiao's aggression, and Atlas frames the fight as a classic clash of size and experience versus speed and relentless activity.
All right, so that's number one. The number two was, who's got less miles on the odometer? And because of the defensive style of Mayweather, I gave a check to Mayweather having the edge here. I mean, besides the Marquez fights, Pacquiao's been in some tough fights, right? Reflexes and timing and other boxing elements. Well, I gave the check to Pacquiao. You know, at least he's had some fights, or at least one real fight, you know, with Barrios recently. And yeah, Mayweather's fresher, but inactivity could affect his timing, especially early in the fight. So next one, power. Well, the guy who's always been a naturally better puncher, not the naturally bigger guy though, so that equals it out a little bit.
Wade Plemons recently shared concerns about streaming platforms promoting fights involving older boxing legends, and according to Plemons, events hosted on platforms like Netflix often focus more on entertainment value and commercial success, rather than the long-term health of the sport, and he explained that while legendary fighters built incredible reputations during their prime years, bringing them back to compete when they are far removed from that peak can create a different impression for younger audiences who never saw them at their best, and Plemons believes that these fights are largely driven by business opportunities, as the huge audience sponsorship deals and global streaming reach make such events extremely profitable, and fans remain curious to see how legends like Floyd Mayweather Jr. perform at an older age, which naturally generates massive attention.
People want to see, grabbing attention when procuring sports for their platform. You don't see Netflix going out, no offense to, smaller events in boxing or MMA or really anything, but you don't see Netflix going out and grabbing, a regular fight night to put on their platform. You don't see Netflix going out and showcasing high school football or even college football. You see them going after the biggest and most watched events they can possibly make. And I think, again, that's a good thing that boxing is included in it at all, right? You're seeing these exhibitions with Jake, and you're seeing the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight, and those do bring a ton of audience. Whether you like the fights or not, they do. And again, it brings more people to the sport. Do I wish that more people came to the sport for, championship bouts between guys like Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, or that we could showcase the Ring 4 card on Netflix for David Benavidez and Anthony Yard and Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr.? Of course.
This focus on older legends can overshadow the emerging talents who are actively shaping the future of boxing, and he believes that while the nostalgia factor certainly draws viewers and generates excitement, the sport would benefit far more from highlighting fighters currently in their prime whose performances are defining the next era, and Plemons stresses that honoring past champions is important for boxing's history and culture, but relying on them repeatedly for major events risks stagnating the sport and diverting attention from fresh talent, and in his view, promoting active rising fighters ensures sustained growth, keeps fans engaged with contemporary competition, and balances respect for legends with the sport's long-term development and evolution.
Front of a massive audience to then have that trickle-down effect to the people that come for the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul, the Jake Paul Gervonta Davis, the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao 16 years after it happened, or even the Crawford Canelo fight, and hold on to as many of those people as possible that are interested in this sport. And in that way, again, everyone eats, and I think it is good for boxing. Now, you're always going to have this discussion of like, what's better for the sport? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? You're going to have people that go, no, I don't want to see this because they're two legends and are going to look like lesser versions of themselves than we remembered, and in that way it may hurt their legacy. I'm not one of those people. I can separate the best from when they were the best to what they are now. And if these guys were, Floyd's close to 50, he might be 50 at this point, I don't even know. This is going to be a lesser version of that, but it's not like, someone in their 60s doing this, or even Mike in his late 50s doing this. And even then, I could separate like Jake Paul beating Mike Tyson in a pro.
Highlights the influence of modern platforms like Netflix, explaining that the streaming service now seeks premium content and is willing to pay for it, and he credits Jake Paul for opening the avenue that allows older legends like Mayweather and Pacquiao to showcase themselves again, making the venture financially rewarding. And while Bradley appreciates that legends are getting this opportunity, he personally feels the timing is late. Nonetheless, he predicts that the fight will attract massive global attention, and in his opinion, while everyone will tune in, Pacquiao does not have the ability to defeat Mayweather at this point.
Needs money, that's why. All the rumors are true. It's a sad thing, but it is what it is. But it is what it is. And one more thing. Mayweather, if Mayweather didn't believe that he can beat Manny Pacquiao, he wouldn't be in the ring with him. Yeah, Mr. Sensitive. I love Mayweather, but let's keep it a buck. Oh, he's sensitive as hell. Not only is he sensitive, the man, he's insecure like hell. He's insecure, and he gotta have a leg up on your ass. And he saw the Barrios fight, and Barrios just got smashed by Ryan Garcia. And then now, he like, Barrios is all right. I'm better than Barrios. Even though I'm damn near 50, I'm still better than Barrios.
This bout becomes more than just entertainment, as it becomes a test of legacy, a moment where reputations and records are genuinely at stake, and fans and analysts alike watch closely, because every punch in every round carries weight, and the outcome will either cement Floyd's legendary status further or mark an unprecedented shift in his career. And Porter frames the fight as a compelling blend of risk, skill, and history, ensuring that the stakes are felt by everyone watching.
That's what he's thinking. He like, I still can do this. I can beat Manny Pacquiao. I saw what Barrios did to him. So that's the reason why this fight is happening. The rumors are damn true. It's sad, but it is what it is. And you know what? The money right now for content is crazy. Netflix is paying for any type of great ass content, man. If you seen the change with Netflix, man, I almost canceled my damn subscription with Netflix because I got sick and tired of seeing the same boring ass shit on Netflix. And now they got this woman in place now, and she's seeking out and she want the best of the best content. You know, they got podcasters and stuff all on Netflix now. I mean, it has grown crazy. So, you know, Jake Paul opened up the Netflix avenue. Yeah, he opened it.
Right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lord and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.